Hello there, it's Tony Senpai. How's it going? How's the wife and kids? Well, very interesting, but unfortunately I cannot hear you, so I'm just gonna tell you about my Abyss experience instead. From time to time I'm doing this challenge, where I try to beat Abyss floor 12 with only 2 characters in each team, and Abyss finally refreshed. The previous was a disaster. This one was easier, and it took me about 5 to 6 hours, which is actually not that bad. I completed this without using microphone, so I decided to do a voiceover instead. The characters that I'm going to use is going to be Wanderer and Kokomi in the first chamber, and Alhaitham and Kuki in the second chamber. Main reason for using Wanderer and Kokomi basically is that they are going to be in the next banner, and I thought that this is going to be funny. This is the main reason, yes. Let's start with the first chamber. Don't freak out, by the way, I have a Russian language here, but, you know, I'm gonna tell you all of the important things that you need to know. In the first chamber there were wolves and the Abyss Pyro guy, I don't know his name. Second half had the Rito robots, bishops and the 3 healer churls. So the main issue was keeping enemies together and maintaining energy recharge for my Alhaitham, so he can frequently use his burst. But other than that, there was no particular problem. Well, now, actual successful attempt. The card that I picked here is Chance to Crit and Crit Damage. One of the best cards you can probably pick. It improves the damage of Wanderer and Alhaitham. And yes, I use Kokomi's elemental skill and just start spamming charge attacks. Charge attacks can hit everyone and stagger them, so they don't deal as much damage. And I try to place myself where everyone is going to be in front of me, so I'm going to maximize the damage from charge attacks. And again, they just come to me. I do charge attacks. I don't really try to evade from their attacks, because I'm gonna lose on the damage. They don't stagger me, so I don't care. I'm just gonna heal myself with Kokomi's elemental skill when it's gonna be ready. Exactly right here, as you can see. So yeah, we're just, you know, demolishing little wolves. Haha. We're waiting for the big guys to appear. And here we go, the big guys. Everything here is pretty much the same. We still gonna use charge attacks, and our main priority here will be the guy in the middle. Here you can see that I use Kokomi's ult, so I can refresh the duration of my jellyfish. I switch to Wanderer and just look at the shield. It's gone, as well as him. If you're wondering how it happened, it's because I swirl Hydra of the wolves on top of Kokomi's jellyfish that damages his shield. So this is one of the things you can actually use in this Abyss. Something like Kazuha and Hydra character will probably melt his shield very fast. Alhaitham's part is all about maintaining energy and keeping enemies together. We come here, so the robots will group up. For some reason, it doesn't work if you can do it from the other side. I legit don't know why. And yeah, we're just attacking them. Nothing really fancy, trying to keep all of the 3 mirrors for Alhaitham to maximize the damage. We don't really want them to get invisible. And now bishops. Interesting part about bishops. Look how slowly I will do switch to Kuki Shinobu. So I'm gonna lose the stack that I have on my Alhaitham. I'm gonna switch back to Alhaitham, use his burst, then switch to Kuki so I can use her elemental skill, then switch back to Alhaitham and gain all of the 3 mirrors. It sounded complicated, but this is what we need to do to maximize the time consumption, and for the bishops, it's pretty obvious. We just attack them, trying for them to be in one place. Here's the part where I saw that I already killed him, but turns out it's not really. After this I come here, so the one healer churl that is far away will come closer, because I want them to be grouped. Right here I did not have Alhaitham's burst, so I used Kuki's burst so I can catch particles from Pavonia's weapon, but it was not enough, so I decided to go with simple elemental skill. At this point I actually thought that I'm not going to be able to do this in time, and I thought to myself, well, doesn't matter. I'm gonna use elemental skill of Kuki, use his burst, and just see what's gonna happen, right? Like, it's not gonna harm me if I'm gonna try, right? And they absolutely melted right here. And here we go, we successfully got 3 stars. Incredible. Am I right? In this chamber I used 80 elemental mastery bonus, the other one was HP percentage, and the one that gives you attack when you're below 50% HP, which is not really good because I have healers in both teams and it's only for one chamber, so yeah. This one was harder than the previous one, particularly because knights were annoying, especially the one with a lens or something. It sometimes decided to travel for some reason. They also can do some combos and other stuff, and sometimes they just don't really wanna group up and, you know, they're all spread out. And Robot was quite simple. The only thing that I needed to think about there is to maintain energy for my Alhaitham. There was actually one interesting moment when I needed particles for my Alhaitham, so I started attacking with my Kuki that had a Favonius sword. I desperately needed her to crit, and she went 7 attacks without critting, and it sounds like it's normal, but she had 54% crit rate, plus 8% from the first card. That means that we have 38% chance of not critting, and the chance of it happening 7 times is not even 10%, not even 1%, it was 0.114%, around that, which is almost 1 in 1000. Well, anyway, doesn't matter. So, I picked Elemental Mastery, and here I'm gonna explain a few things, like, for example, I come to this guy, I start attacking him. I need him to jump back to these girls, so I can attack all of them at the same time and maximize the time consumption. After killing him, I continue attacking them while Elemental Skill is still going. After that, I do a few more attacks to them and come to this guy. Why? Because he's already with a shield, I know that. I wait for Elemental Skill of Kokomi, wait for the girls to come, and yeah, that's it. Again, trying to attack all of them at the same time, but it doesn't matter because they're all very low. Now the knights, and I immediately stomp them. After that, I'm just waiting for Kokomi's elemental skill to refresh, and here I use it, and interesting part comes in. The lance guy using his attack, if he's gonna use it, he's gonna travel very far, and I really need to hit a charge attack. I tried to hit it on him, but I missed. But it doesn't matter because of a big range. I actually staggered him, and he's still here, and I did not even give him a chance to travel to, I don't know, Snezhnaya or somewhere where he wanted to travel, I don't know. After that, we're just starting spamming charge attacks, and we're trying to stay pretty far from them, so they will come towards me. It sounds simple, but they don't really always do things you want. For example, here they're standing together, very good opportunity to use an ult, and just spam them again. You know, there's nothing really that much interesting. And I like that if you spam charge attacks, they're getting staggered, and they don't really attack you. Because if they have an opportunity to attack you, they're kind of annoying, you know. And I defeated them in around 1 minute and 41 seconds, which is, you know, fine. Alhaitham's part is pretty straightforward. I use his charge attack so I can gain 1 mirror, and attack him so I can gain my ult. I use my ult, go to Kuki, use the Alhaitham again and start hitting. You know, simple, I guess, not really. I come here because he always teleports right here and attack him. This is the reason why I use Alhaitham and Kuki. You really want to have Electro and Dendro against this guy. Yeah, I attacking him, trying to get my ult. Here I get particles for Alhaitham, using ult, again the same trick, and continue attacking him. He doesn't really have attacks that is annoying, where he can do something like, I don't know, deal tons of damage to you. Even if he will, I'm just gonna heal with Kuki, so it doesn't matter. Here he's invisible, but fortunately I can see him. So I use Kuki's burst, Alhaitham's burst, and slowly but surely, you know, dealing damage. Again, as I said, simple, nothing fancy. Unfortunate part here is that I didn't get an ult, which is gonna be just a little problem in this third chamber, but you know, it was fine in the end. This part was stupid, like hilariously stupid, and hard. I mean, of course, I don't even know what I should start with. First of all, Wanderer. If you don't have a shield, all the projectiles gonna hit you. Of course, you can strafe around, use all of your stamina to move, and don't deal damage to your enemies, which is gonna be bad, of course. Mirror Maiden, very wonderful character design that just teleports away from you, because she just feels like it. She just feels like I need to teleport. On top of her being very thick, you know? I mean, she's look like a very thick woman, but for some reason she have a lot of HP, and you can definitely feel it. The other fun part that she can do is to spawn bubbles. With Wanderer you're moving very fast, and sometimes you just do a dash and immediately appear in a bubble and you can't do anything. Then you're painfully falling and you can't do anything and you might die. Bubbles is a very cool way of, you know, sacrificing your sanity for the sake of take Mirror Maiden girl. I mean, maybe you are into this kind of stuff. I know, I'm not gonna judge you. We all have different things that we like in our life, right? As for the Alhaitham part, for example, there were some weird moments right there. We were fighting against two bishops from Kokomi. They are very thick. If they want to deal a lot of damage to you, they will. And this is the main reason why I used Kokomi, actually, not someone like Raiden. Because if you want to deal damage to them constantly, you will take damage. And because I fought with them for some time, I actually figured how they're behaving, and there's two ways how they can start, for example, a fight. One of them is leading me to not completing it in time. I just know it, because they won't stand together that much. And the second one, where you actually can even manipulate them to stand together. And for me to complete this challenge in time, for 3 stars, I need them to stand together, like, absolutely. And of course, not even once I came close to defeating them, but was not quite there. And there was actually 2 memorable moments. One where I almost defeated them, like exactly just a little bit could have helped me. At the same time, if I messed it up and it was not in time, I would get 2 stars and I would need to repeat everything again, which would be at least sad, right? And the second one, where I was doing absolutely fine and I would get them in time, but unfortunately, because it took a very long time, I didn't realize that I have no space on my disk, and I heard the sound of recording being stopped by Windows. I realized that, you know, I can continue, and I don't have like 6 seconds of footage, and people will be like, no, you did not complete it, because, you know, people are tend to be like that, and it just felt incomplete. And when I realized that I would actually definitely defeat them in time, it was sad. Yeah, really sad. But it doesn't matter because I did it anyway, so let's just say that I did this 2 times. Yay! Wasted time. Let's actually see the successful attempt. And here I have bonus damage to my burst, which I don't really use like that much. I mean, I use it, but the other one is giving me 60% attack when my HP is below 50%. And because here I get constantly attacked, this is probably a little more beneficial, so I decided to pick this one. We're starting with Kokomi's elemental skill, use Wanderer's elemental skill and immediately start attacking the Eremite girl, because we need to stagger her. After that, I use charge attacks and normal attacks. Why not just charge attacks? Because, I mean, they definitely deal an AoE damage and normal attacks not always. Because I need for them to have the same amount of health. I want to defeat them at the same time, so I can jump on Mirror Maiden. I need to attack her immediately because she's going to use attack if you will be not very fast, where she's gonna be, you know, pretty much unstaggerable. And also, as you can see, I move her to the other 2 guys, the Scorpion and the Eremite girl. And this is a good plan, until it's not, because she's gonna teleport, as you can see. I can't do anything about that, it's just a randomness. You know, bubbles also, as you can see. Very good. She wants to teleport here, but then decided not to. I got rid of Scorpion, stunned the other girl, got rid of her, and after that this is a pretty simple stuff of doing normal attacks and charge attacks. I completed everything under 1 minute and 10 seconds, which is quite good actually. And now the Alhaitham's part, which is very tricky. I start with Kuki, and I don't have burst, so I just use elemental skill. I attack this guy. I know that he will use his attack and jump back to this guy, where I actually can deal damage to both of them. Very important, he can start a different attack in the beginning, and if he's not going to use it, then I'm doomed. I just need to restart, which is very sad. And here, as you can see, it's a very long time where I actually deal damage to them, which is super important. Right here, they jump away to perform a dual attack. I know that Alhaitham's burst is not ready, so I just use Kuki's elemental skill, jump on them, and do damage, as you can see, which is still pretty good, even without the burst. And it actually looks so satisfying. important part here. I counter this guy because I know he's going to do this attack. And again, jump back. Because I want them to stand together. As you can see, the other guy comes here. And just because they're standing together, I can deal damage to both of them. And by this time, I look at the time and I see that it's good. I still have like 50 seconds and their health is getting lower, which sounds like it's already good, but then again, they have this ability where they jump here, and if you will stand near them, you will get damaged, and I got damaged by a beam. I actually didn't even realize that I got damaged. I realize it only now. Well, their health is getting lower. I'm getting happier because I see that time is very good. At that moment I didn't even look at my health, I was looking at their health and time. I wanted to make sure that everything is fine. I knew that I'm not going to die because I have Kuki and I succeeded. So here we go. Newbies, 2 characters in each team. 9 stars? Was it easy? Not quite, but this one is definitely easier than the previous one. Well, I hope you liked this video, and if you liked it, give it a like. If you really liked it, you can even subscribe to this channel and maybe leave a comment. Here's the builds for you. I made sure that it's not in Russian, and there is no more things that I need to tell you, other than you look very good today. I don't see you, but I feel the aura. Are you satisfied? Are you happy now? I hope you are, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Not only this one, I hope every other day will be wonderful. You feel me? Okay. See ya. Mwah.